Hello Cancers, welcome back to the channel. This is Faith, of course, the Divine Faith, and this is going to be your weekly horoscope for November 13th through the 19th. Now, I did pull the energy for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Of course, if it still doesn't resonate outside those placements, then this reading is just not for you this week. I did go ahead and shuffle the cards already about 10 seconds before I hit record, so we're going to go ahead and get into what's shaking, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card. Now, immediately I'm getting the vibe that you're tired of waiting. You're growing more and more impatient as the days go by. Some of you will be reconnecting or reuniting with an older sibling during this week, or this could actually represent that you may be the common denominator as to why a relationship with a sibling is not working. As much as you would possibly like to put it off on the other person, it may simply be you this time. So with this justice energy coming through, I feel like in a way, the justice gives me a vibe where it's like you can't be afraid to look at yourself and look at the shit that you do wrong. Even if in that moment, it's like, there's no way I did anything wrong. My feelings were hurt. There's always room for improvement. And I feel this week, that's what you're missing. You're not paying attention to where is the room of improvement. Where can you improve on? What can you improve on? Okay. Now, also, some of you Cancers may be dealing with the law, business, negotiating contracts, the legal aspects of things. Some of you also may be struggling to get some sort of time off. But even with this energy here, it could be a struggle to get time off because some of you Cancers have been taking too much time off. So this may be a week for you where you're starting to fall possibly into the pattern of, I just don't want to do it. So this week, you're going to have to find a way to push through your tiredness, to push through. Some of you may be feeling a little bit mentally exhausted, so I understand that. But others of you, where it's simply you just don't want to do it, that's just not going to work for you this week. The Justice card to me is hard work because it's about building from the bottom to the top. There is no time frame when it comes to justice. Justice is all about whenever the time is right based off of how we feel, that's whenever you will receive this. And some of you are missing that point. You're wanting justice to be 3 years, 5 years, 2 months, 2 weeks. No. Justice, I feel like that's the governing body of the universe to me. Okay, that's peak ancestral wisdom. That's peak ancestor to me. That's just to me. But I'm only because of the meaning behind the Justice card. So I'm just saying in this regard that some of you are trying to rush forward. And the Justice card is here saying, no, you don't get to make that decision. You don't get to make that choice whenever it's your time. You don't get that. No. So some of you are missing the point that you don't get there unless it's a continuous stream of hard work. You can't stop in the middle and be like, okay, that was enough. I should be able to get what I'm supposed to get right now. No, that's not how it works. And some of you guys are possibly even doing that whenever it pertains to a relationship. Even if it's something new, you're not giving it time to be built. Because in your mind, to you, justice is like, okay, well, in 2 years, then we should have been moved on to something else by now. You don't get to make that decision because there's two people in this particular situation. And outside of that, like I said, you have a governing body. You have spirit guides, spiritual protect, whatever you want to say. They have a say so in this as well. Some of you could really just be paired wrong. And that could be why maybe so many things seem to go wrong when it pertains to this relationship. So your spirit guides could be the ones throwing nails in the road, and you keep running over them, changing the tire, like, please get off the damn road. Okay. But anyway, I'm off my soapbox. So for the main cards, we have Page of Cups, we have the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 4 of Swords, we have the 7 of Wands, we have the Strength card, we have the 7 of Swords. Look at that. Yep. 7 of Swords, and we have the 10 of Swords. This week, you will be avoiding having a conversation with the Leo. Don't be surprised if also this same Leo ends up like ghosting you if they haven't already. You know, that maybe that's why you're avoiding having the conversation, because you may possibly feel like that this conversation, I already know that this person is going to be done. But before you even possibly get a chance to get out the first sentence, this person may have already moved on, or they may have already shut down, may have become detached, either way. But some of you Cancers need to reactivate your library card, or you need to start getting back into reading more. See, with the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, I also see this energy here as well of you're doing good work this week. So relax your mind. Detach yourself from these thoughts of, okay, I got to move on. I got to go to something else. No, even the energy here is saying that this is something that you need to work through whenever it pertains to what you've always done as a child. Use your emotions to get out of things. Or you feel some way emotionally, and then the next day or the next week, you're gone. Nobody sees you. You're just like, well, I'm moving on because you hurt my feelings. It's not working anymore. And some of you guys, you're doing the same thing in your relationships. You may be dealing with another water sign person like yourself, or like I said, with a Leo. Some of you also may be waiting on some type of news to come back about a health diagnosis, rather this be with your sibling, or this may be with possibly an elder or a best friend. Speaking of friendships, I actually do feel that a lot of Cancers this week, you will be getting rid of a childhood friend. And not necessarily saying in a sense where you guys are going to get into it, where it's going to be bad blood. This just really gives me a vibe where for you feel like it's just really time for you to move on. Yeah, because this Page of Cups gives me a vibe, especially with the Four of Swords being behind it. It's like it's time to put childish things to rest. And this person is included in this childish thing. They themselves may also be a water sign. There is an age difference, so either you may be younger or they may be younger, no more than 3 years, but either way, it does feel like you and this person grew up together. With the Seven of Wands and the Strength card, it does come across that even this week, because you won't be getting your way in a particular situation, you may try to use that in a manner to try to teach somebody a lesson, but this is going to backfire. So like I said, either you're being ghosted pre-conversation, or someone's going to end up ghosting you after this whole debacle goes down whenever you shut down, because you won't be getting what you want from this person. It's almost like some of you Cancers, this week is coming through. It's almost just like you've done work to grow. And then now all of a sudden, because you have made one step in the right direction, now you feel like, okay, I've done enough. There's enough growth for me. No. You evolve. Okay. Seven of Wands. I do get attention seeking as well. Some Cancers I see going towards extreme measures, attention seeking tactics to possibly even reel this this person that ghosted you back in. Some of you this week, I ain't gonna lie. Some of you this week, if your partner had to say, they would probably say you're hard to live with this week. Okay, so this is something that without a doubt can be, dealt with accordingly. Okay. Yeah, it's like there's this vibe this week where you want to go off on your own, but that's how you always lose. Some of you are trying to seclude yourself even more from the group. Some of you guys, you're not really working well with others. That's the shit that they teach us in kindergarten. Work well with others. You're not doing that right now. And it's coming. Yeah. You have 3 air cards in a row. 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Eight of Wands, 3 of Cups, and there it is. 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, like I said. Lack of attention, lack of affection. The 4 of Cups kind of gives you that sulking type of energy. I'm not going to lie. But also, you won't necessarily be very happy with your family this week. Some of you Cancers will actually be wishing that you had a different family, or wishing that you had a baby by somebody else. I'm just going to be honest. But it feels like the both of you guys don't really know how to communicate. And not just necessarily with one another. You don't know how to communicate, period. So it feels like, and this week is the eclipse. So this feels like it makes sense that the reading here is a little bit more in depth about, karmic healing and just healing, period. And then even with this 3 of Cups and this 4 of Cups, you're going to turn down this invitation because this friend of yours from the past, from your childhood, they will invite you somewhere, but you will turn this invitation down. And at that point, that will pretty much be the door that will be closing when it pertains to your to this friendship. But maybe not necessarily really, because there's like this energy here with you where you want to be done with something, but you don't necessarily know how to close the door, and you hang on to it for about 2 years past the time you said you were done. So the same thing is happening again. So the energy coming through is almost like the vibe is like to give something a rest. A lot of you guys, what you need to give a rest is this energy here of always going back to the past and using that as a reason why you are the way that you are. It's not working anymore. And you'll be seeing that this week, because it kind of does give me a vibe where people are going to be calling your bluff this week. If what you've done in the past in terms of maybe getting your way, it's just not going to work this week. So this is it. This is like, okay, you made that one step. You can't stop stepping towards growth. You can't just stop. Okay. I do feel like if you're dealing with a Capricorn or a Gemini, there will be conversations about taking a break, taking a step back from the relationship. You or the other person will not take this well, and immediately whoever this is, it feels like it's you. However, it could be reversed. Whoever this is will pretty much have a breakdown, because they will take it as, oh my God, this thing is completely over. Who knows if it is? Who knows if it isn't? This week is not necessarily saying it's completely over. It just feels like what you guys are doing just is not working. Okay. But outside of that, those of you job hunting, there will be something new coming into you. Okay. A new contract, a new offer. I feel like it will be coming via email. But also for some, there will be an opportunity to do business. Feels like your own. And don't even think about trying to move, because you don't have the money, number one. And number two, that ain't logical. Especially not right now. So Cancer, this has been your reading for the week. I hope it helped, and see you later.